Straight ahead on 12 News, unusual, unreal, but believe it. The bizarre weather that has forecasters signaling Mayday. Then, cutting your grocery budget.
We're compelled to meet the needs of families in our community.
What one Brooklyn Park church is doing to pass on savings. But first, a building boom that's focused on your health. 12 News starts right now. People seeking medical attention in the northwest suburbs will soon have no shortage of options.
Today, North Memorial opened a new primary care clinic in Plymouth. It's located north of Highway 55 between Vicksburg Lane and Plymouth Boulevard. And as Delane Cleveland reports, the new clinic will have plenty of company.
We're going to go right in there. Okay.
Well, we're very excited about this.
The weather may have been dreary, but North Memorial employees had reason to rejoice as this new clinic along Vicksburg Lane officially opened for business.
We do see this as an area that needs good quality care and access to care, and so we've built it to accommodate a number of patients and having providers that will be available to take new patients.
North Memorial's new Plymouth City Center is nearly 9,300 square feet in size and includes 15 exam rooms, a lab, and an x-ray room.
We just think there's a real need in this immediate area.
Clinic staff members like Adelia Sims expect to serve a broad range of people.
We'll have 4 to 5 primary care providers on board. We'll have specialists. We just think there's a real need in this immediate area with families and the different population bases.
For those population bases, Plymouth City Center becomes yet another destination in an area with no shortage of healthcare options. In January, Allina Health celebrated the completion of the new Abbott Northwestern West Health Emergency Department. And last month, the city of Plymouth met with officials from Park Nicollet about a proposed clinic that would go up near Highway 55 and County Road 101.
It's a big population center, and so I think, there are a lot of people needing care.
However, talk to North Memorial employees, and there's no concern about saturation.
There's always been a need in the communities for primary care.
In fact, she says there's something they offer patients that other healthcare providers don't.
What they find is a sense of family as opposed to maybe a corporate feel or a big business feel.
She says that sense of community will be the big draw and keep doctors busy.
We plan for a busy day, and we're happy that patients have found us here.
This is now the second North Memorial clinic based in Plymouth. That puts them in a total of 15 in the Twin Cities metro area. Mike?
All right, thanks, Delane. In a rare move, the defense in the Eddie Mosley murder trial will call a witness to testify before the prosecution wraps up its case. Mosley's defense attorney says James Perry's testimony is essential to his case. The man is scheduled to fly to the Twin Cities from Missouri tomorrow morning. Work restrictions keep him from staying longer than a day. Mosley is accused of killing Delois Brown and her parents in their Brooklyn Park home last year. And so far, several witnesses have taken the stand for the prosecution, including investigators, Mosley's relatives, and a woman who said she saw Mosley leave the house shortly after the murders. Well, here we go again. Another month, another forecast for snow.
3 to 6 inches are possible in the metro. It's happened before. The largest snowfall in the metro is seen in May is 3 inches. It's happened 3 times back in 1892, 1935, and 1946. And no one is eager for a repeat. What can you say but welcome to May?
I can't even believe it, Todd. We're talking about another winter storm.
It has meteorologists at Weather Nation shaking their heads too.
Unreal. I thought the snowstorm 2 storms ago was the last one. And here we go again, another winter storm.
Measurable snow in the forecast.
We may be able to accumulate 3 to 6 inches of very slushy snow.
Just when we thought maybe we were in the clear.
We just came off of a string of 70s and 80s, very nice weather. The ground is still warm, so initially that snow is going to melt.
Even so, a dusting of white on the greens means no golf and no gardening.
Hang tight, rent a movie. Get out in the garden and do your green exercise later. Mother Nature doesn't want us to do it today.
If you already planted a few pansies, a little snow won't hurt them. Think of it as insulation, says Heidi Highland. The bright colors in the greenhouse might be tempting. Buy them now if you must, but Highland says you'll have to store them in the garage at least until May 15th, the date usually considered safe to plant.
If you put plants into the cold ground, it can stunt them and takes them weeks to come out of it. So you're not getting yourself ahead of the game by planting early if the soil's not warm.
And consider this, if you're itching to garden, the latest measurable snow on record fell on May 24th, back in 1925.
A Golden Valley nonprofit that works to end child abuse and neglect is moving to a new location. The Greater Minneapolis Crisis Nursery will move in September to a larger facility in South Minneapolis. The move takes place in September. It'll allow the nonprofit to expand services for families and children. The Greater Minneapolis Crisis Nursery agreed to sell its Golden Valley facility to the Hopkins School District. A hair salon in Brooklyn Park is hosting several fundraising events to raise awareness for breast cancer.
Sonia Goen shows us why this cause is so personal.
All right. So, we're doing a haircut today.
They call themselves hairdressers at heart. When customers sit down at Taj Salon, they're getting more than a shampoo, cut, and blow dry.
Yep.
They also get the chance to help with the local charity.
This year we chose Pay It Forward.
The nonprofit group Pay It Forward helps people who are fighting breast cancer.
They help women that are going through treatment with their utility bills or their gas bills or their grocery bills, and it's really vital.
The salon chose this organization to help one of their own.
Melissa's been with us since almost day one. She's one of our family.
Melissa Coleman is a stylist at the salon. Her mother, Marcia, was diagnosed with terminal breast cancer.
Went through rounds of therapy, chemotherapy, and was in remission for a while. And about 6 months or so ago, it came back with a vengeance. And unfortunately, it's spread.
Melissa even moved up her wedding.
She and Jake were going to get married last year and decided to move things up so that they could be sure that her mom would be there.
We worked at a salon previously together before this salon.
Rika Hauser says it's hard watching someone you care about go through something like this.
It's hard, but we try to give her as much of our support as possible.
The salon is also selling items like these candles, where part of the proceeds go for breast cancer research.
Now, this is your first hair service here.
Taj is also participating in the Wella Charity Challenge for a chance to win $10,000 to support the group Pay It Forward.
All of our employees wanted to raise money for this foundation because of how they've helped Melissa and her family.
Besides raising money, these dollars are keeping Melissa and her mom close to their hearts.
You can't give up hope, and miracles happen every day, and she's battled so much and come out ahead, and you know, our hope is that she'll continue to do that.
Have a good day.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
You can help Taj Salon with its charity challenge by voting online, and we've put a link on our website, 12.tv. The salon is also hosting its 5th annual fashion show on June 8th. Proceeds go to the Pay It Forward Fund.
Students interested in the cosmetology field will have a new way to learn the trade in Plymouth. PCI Academy will move into a building formerly occupied by Simonson's Salon. The City Council approved the school taking over a spot at Highway 55 and Peony Lane. PCI Academy will have an enrollment of 50 students. Still ahead, how a local church is helping people cut down on their monthly grocery bill.
And later in sports, the Cooper baseball team looks to stay unbeaten. We'll have highlights.
But first, a warning, you may want to turn away from your screen. It's your AccuWeather forecast. Digital technology and a sputtering economy continue to impact the scrapbooking industry. The latest casualty, Golden Valley-based Archivers. The scrapbooking chain filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The Star-Tribune reports the company owes up to $10 million to 200 creditors. Archivers is not alone in its struggles. The parent company of Creative Memories also filed for Chapter 11. Brooklyn Park Church says it can help shave 50% off your grocery bill.
A Living Word Christian Center's food ministry cuts out the middleman and passes the savings on to you. Reporter Shannon Slatton explains how it works in today's Money Savers.
Cars will be lining up like this.
13 boxes left to put in cars.
Once a month.
Family box is hers.
To pick up savings by the boxful.
One family box, one breakfast.
Living Word Christian Center wants to help families stretch their grocery dollars.
Steaks, pork chops, fruit, vegetables, desserts, really good stuff. And it's affordable.
Anyone, regardless of income, can buy frozen food at wholesale prices.
The family box for $37 will feed a family of 4 for a week, or a senior citizen for almost a month.
Living Word offered a program like this called Angel Food that disbanded in 2011. Volunteers say the program was so popular, they wanted to bring something similar back.
There is a desperate need for food, affordable food.
To participate, you must go online or stop by the church to order your food and pay for it with cash or credit card. The menu changes each month.
Do a menu for next month, and where would you like the food?
Then, one Saturday a month, you can drive through and pick up your order.
Morning, last name?
Save money. That's huge.
In Brooklyn Park, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
If customers live in Hennepin County and order more than 2 boxes of food, the food can be delivered to their home. And we've got a link to the Living Word Food Ministry website at our website, 12.tv.
Well, there's a way to navigate the court system that you might not know about, and it won't cost you a dime. The 4th District Court's Self-Help Center is one of the highlights of Law Day on Wednesday. Court employees were out at the Brookdale Court to tell people about court resources like the Self-Help Center.
It's very intimidating, and that's why we want people to use self-help, because some people who try and fill out the forms on their own may not do them correctly, and then they have to start the process over.
There are 2 self-help centers. One is at the Hennepin County Government Center, and the other is at the Family Justice Center, both in downtown Minneapolis. Still ahead, why local cities are taking a lot of steps to recruit walkers.
But first in sports, highlights of Wayzata and Hopkins in girls and boys lacrosse. Jay Wilcox is in next.
It's a good thing they got this tennis match in yesterday. Today wouldn't work so well outside.
Yeah, rain and tennis not mixing so well, and a good matchup here. It should be a good spring for the Hopkins boys tennis team, but they face a lot of tough opponents too. The Royals took on rival Edina on Tuesday. At number 1 singles, it's Max Olson of Edina serving to Manfred Barrios. Barrios slices a second return down the line for a point for the Royals junior. Allie King and Hopkins hoping to take down Edina. Same match, Barrios now in the near court. A couple of nice volleys before top-ranked Olson delivers a backhand return for a point. Olson beats Barrios 7-6, 6-2. At second singles, Andrew Rust serves for Hopkins to Xander McDonald. Rust doesn't sleep on this point, getting McDonald to come to the net, where he chops his return long. Rust wins in straight sets. Now to number 1 doubles, where Edina's Michael Thompson and Tyler Cuck serve to Andy Novak and Jackson Dietrich. The Hopkins duo gets the point here, but Cuck and Thompson win the match at first doubles in 3 sets as Edina beats Hopkins 5-2. In softball, Totino-Grace and Benilde St. Margaret's hope to contend for the title in the North Suburban Conference. Benilde visiting Totino-Grace on Tuesday. In the top of the 3rd, Maddie Houlihan's fly ball gets down, scoring Lily Johnson. And it's 2-0 Red Knights. In the bottom of the 3rd, Katessa Archer golfs a shot to the fence to score Brooke Sherman for Totino-Grace. The bottom of the 4th, we go the Eagles with the runner at 3rd, and Brooke Sherrill lays down the bunt. Emily Ionazo beats the throw home and ties it at 2-2. Same inning, and Sherman drops in a 2-out hit, scoring Sophie Crandall, and it gives Grace a 4-2 advantage. In the bottom of the 5th, the big shot of the game, Alex Reek cracks a solo home run for a 5-2 Eagles lead. They go on to win this one over Benilde 5-3. In baseball, Cooper has a young team this season, but it's so far so good for the Hawks against admittedly not the toughest part of their schedule. The Hawks ready to swing into action against Columbia Heights. Cooper gets to Highlander starter Bob Maruska in the 2nd. Spud Rainier drops a base hit into center field. Jacob Lindgren comes around to score the game's first run. The single from Rainier is the start of a big inning for Cooper. Logan Olson has a solid game. He drives one here to the gap in left center field with the bases loaded. Rainier scores, Nate Heilman scores, and Philip Howard comes home too on a triple for Olson. It's 5-0 Hawks. They get 7 total in that 2nd inning. They add 6 more in the 3rd, capped by this long sacrifice fly by Lindgren. It's easily deep enough to score Adam Brady. They take advantage of a tough inning in the field for Heights to make it 13-0 Cooper. After the Highlanders get 4 to pull within 9, Cooper's Olson comes through to restore the 10-run margin needed to end it early. Cooper is 3-0 after routing Columbia Heights 15-4 in 5. After a last-minute one-goal loss to Delano, the Wayzata girls lacrosse team looked to bounce back and get its second win of the season as the Trojans hosted Hopkins. Tied up at 1 in the first half, Hopkins' Margie McDonald comes from behind the Wayzata net and scores the first of her 2 goals, and it's 2-0 Royals. Midway through the second half, Wayzata's Haley Hobday passes to a cutting Carter Molk for the shot and goal. The Trojans are ahead to stay now at 4-3. Later, it's Molk spotting Tessa Anderson in front for the quick shot and goal. Wayzata scores the final 8 goals of the half to lead at 9-3. Early in the second half, Hobday scoops up the loose ball in front of the Hopkins net and scores 10-3 Trojans at this point. Hopkins, though, makes a game of it late, scoring the game's final 4 goals, including 2 from Shorty Sharon. But it's not enough, and the Trojans win it over the Royals 11-9. In the boys' game between those schools, Wayzata gets on the board just 47 seconds in. Grant Long spins and scores the first of 3 on the night for him. Hopkins gets on the board as Griffin Maywison passes to Joey Jepson, and he scores it. The Royals are within 2-1. Second quarter, and Avery Normandin bounces off a Trojans defender and scores for the Royals. This one ties it up at 3 apiece. Wayzata's Alex Grooms fires and scores. The Trojans get the final 4 goals of the quarter to go up 7-3 at halftime. Early in the third quarter, Alex Sorensen will rifle one in for Wayzata. This one makes it 8-3 Trojans. It's Brian Mahout feeding Akash Batra the sweet pass for the Trojans' 9th goal of the night. Mahout scores 3 goals of his own in the second half. Wayzata rolls to a 17-7 win. They are off to a good start at 4 wins and 1 loss on the season. So a good night for Wayzata's teams.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay. Still ahead, cities put their best foot forward for local bragging rights.
We'll be right back. Well, residents in New Hope put their best foot forward this week as they look to gain the title of Most Active Community.
New Hope Mayor Kathy Hempkin joined TC Bear and others at Hidden Valley Park Tuesday afternoon to kick off the Step to It Challenge. It's a 4-week challenge to get people of all ages and abilities to become more physically active.
Well, there's a lot of benefits, I think, of just getting outdoors and enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the parks, the benefits of exercise, and then it's just another opportunity to connect with family and friends and other people throughout the community.
What a difference 24 hours makes.
In the weather, right?
Yeah, in the weather. New Hope will compete against other cities, including Robbinsdale, Crystal, and Brooklyn Park. And that's all for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good evening, everyone.